Katerina, I want to suggest you to talk about a really tricky topic. Of course, we will talk about matchmaking, about love, about dating. We have been conducting professional matchmaking service for over a decade at Diolli.com, and I'm sure in your experience and in my experience, we can share numerous stories about clients who have actually hired a matchmaker, who has paid for a matchmaking service, but who still has decided not to listen and who didn't get the value for the money they have paid.
I totally agree with you. Unfortunately, it happens in our practice. Of course, not all clients behave like that, but from time to time, we have such a client who hires our team, who listens to us in the beginning. It looks like that. So it looks like he understands the meaning of the matchmaking process,
I
the
would say
value.
better to say he promises to listen.
Yeah, he promises to listen. So it looks like he understands the meaning of what will happen after. But when we start the matchmaking process, when we start to introduce him, to give him necessary recommendations, advice, we see that he doesn't implement anything that we are trying him to recommend. He doesn't implement any advice, anything. So he continues his dating strategy that he had before. I want to remind everyone that when we start work with him, he's not in a relationship. So if he had some dating strategy before, for some reason, it didn't work. So he hires a team of professionals to help him in this. But he continues doing everything he did before. He hired the professional team. He continues implementing his dating strategy. He looks like he is listening to you. He looks like he wants to hear your opinion, but he does everything he did before. And unfortunately, and of course, all these people after that, they are surprised why it doesn't work. Why introductions doesn't work again like it happened in their life before. So why he already has the team of professionals, they introducing him to matches, but still he can't build good quality communication. He can't build any kind of connection of relationship. So actually they are surprised why it is happening so.
Katerina, maybe we can discuss some exact examples. Like the first example that came up into my mind is a scenario when we discussed with the pre-client, when he's still a pre-client, that you can't be choosing women only by photos. That photos, it's not everything, and you've done it like for 5, for 10 years. There is always a reason why a person is single, always. Of course, it can be a scenario that, for example, he or she is just located in such an area that it is impossible to meet anyone. It's a small town, or for example, it's just home and work, or for example, home office, and you can't meet new people. But there usually are like numerous reasons why the person is single. And for example, a man, he purely chooses women by pictures. And he starts sending us photos of women he finds attractive. And all these photos belong to some glamorous Instagram models. And there is lots of Photoshop. There is lots of, there you can see filters. You can see that the photos have been modified. And you explain to this man that these photos have been modified. And you have to like get rid of this habit. So which means you unsubscribe on Instagram. You don't follow this Instagram model. You don't open like Paper Letter or whatever dating site, because you have to take off these pink glasses and start meeting real people and get used to what real people look offline, not online on a computer screen. And a man nods. He said that, yes, that's my problem. You're right. I have been doing it for last 5 years. Yes, I was not successful, and yes, I understand. And then you start working with him, you start showing him photos that were not modified, edited, photos of real people, and he tells you that I don't feel attracted. And he sends you examples of these fake photos, telling that this is the type of beauty I want to meet. And again, you try to reason with him that you have already tried that. And even if you meet this woman in real life offline, you wouldn't recognize her, because you can see that like her skin, she doesn't have pores. All people have pores, and skin has texture, and hair has texture. And if she had a waist like that, like her spine would broke in half, because it's impossible to have such a tiny waist. Or like she wouldn't have like half of all the necessary parts inside. So this is the first example that came into my mind, when people they nod, they agree, and then they tell that, no, I'm not attracted. I'm going to choose by these fake photos. So show me the catalog of fake photos and I will put my finger on a picture.
Yes, I think that the problem with photos is the first thing that comes into my mind too, when people are so addicted with beautiful photos, and when you show them really beautiful ladies, but with real photos, how they look in real life, they just think that they are not attractive enough. So of course it's very strange, and this is the problem of modern social media, because a lot of filters are used, because Photoshop is used. So of course photos really they are changed so much that it's true that you will not recognize the person in real life whom you like on that photo. So it's just the reality. You can smile to that, you can just shake your head that yes, I understand that, but unfortunately men continue looking for these beautiful photos. We face with this problem often, that guys, they are looking for the perfect photo. They don't want, when you discuss with them their portrait of a potential match, they will name you so many real qualities that they are looking for, that she has to be family oriented, she has to have a good education. So all the qualities that they name, they will connect with another things. But when you start
Kind, down to earth, not materialistic, and then they send you a picture of a woman, like everything has been, first of all, it is a modified beauty, so everything has been adjusted. Okay, different people have different tastes. Beauty is truly in the eye of the beholder. But then all these pictures, they show a woman who leads a really glamorous lifestyle. So clothes she's wearing, like the way she portrays herself, places where these pictures have been taken, there is nothing down to earth on those pictures. And I think the second biggest like lie is the age difference. We have faced it like numerous times. I remember this guy. It was when we were still doing dates offline in Ukraine, I think through COVID, and we have discussed with him the age group. Like he was in his 50s, and he wanted to date younger. And he didn't want to have children. He had an adult killed out of college. And we have discussed with him that yes, like younger we can do, like a woman in her 40s. And he said that yes, please better aim on early 40s. And we said that yes, it will be hard, because he was an average looking man in his 50s. So he was not exceptionally handsome, but he was not bad looking either. So he was an average looking man in his 50s with middle income based on his country. So he was neither rich nor famous. He was not an inspiring artist or whatever. So he wanted a woman in her early 40s. It was really hard. And our psychologist, Alessia, I remember she was telling that like every 29 women she asked, say no, because like she's just 42, and for her a man in his middle 50s is too old, or she didn't like the pictures. So it took like basically like 30 people to get a first yes, and then during the interview you have to make sure that their values, interests, long-term goals align, and you have to start it from the very beginning. So we did this tremendous job. We have found the matches. He has approved the matches. Like I think the oldest lady was 45 maybe, or 46, and the youngest was 37. So we even dropped because he wanted to date younger. And then when he has traveled over, he said that it's not working. On dates, he was really cold, very distant, he acted arrogantly, like if he didn't want to be there on a date with a woman. And he said that it's not working. See, I've told you I'm not attracted to women in their 40s. you have to get me the matches now in their 30s or better late 20s. Like really, so not only has belittled all the work that we have conducted, like all those interviews to get him those matches, he didn't care about feelings of these women he went out on dates, because, well, they are human beings. Like, she goes out on a date with you and you act cold, arrogant, like you are so above her, and of course it is not pleasant, and well, it ruins your dating karma. And then I think that his he had this plan in his head the whole time, to travel over, to show us that he is not attracted to women in their 30s, and to blackmail us, and to actually like push us into conducting the whole matchmaking process again, and to introduce him to women in their 20s or 30s.
Mm-hmm.
And he has given us a negative review. So in his case, he has wasted his time, his money. He has wasted our time. He has wasted lots of time of the women he has met. And he got negative results, non-results. Instead of actually trying to get to know these women, we have introduced him better. Like, he acted out of his way to show how displeased he was that they were old, even though like they were like 10, 15 years younger. So I don't understand this strategy. If from the very beginning you believe that you are entitled to date someone in their 20s, you tell it to the matchmaker. We would have told no. We would have never signed him, because we don't know any women in their late 20s, early 30s, and any sane women who are in the good situation in their life, who would be open to date him, because the age difference is huge. Difference in values and long-term goals is huge. But people sometimes believe that, okay, I will lie, and I will maybe withhold some information, and then I will push people to do it the way I want.
And it would be fair to say that he is in his search for many years already. So
Yeah.
he is using this dating strategy not for the first time. So he's using it always. We were not the first dating company, not whom he hired. So he was already texting on dating sites. He hired another companies, but he's always using this strategy. That's why he's still alone. And he has the same results. So he had already the opportunity to try it another way. So we wanted to give him this opportunity to give it a try, to listen to another recommendations, to do it another way. But he didn't want. So all people who hire the team of professionals, a team of matchmaking company, they have to understand that they give you an opportunity. They're not doing everything instead of you. It's always up to you to use the recommendations and to use this opportunity that you are buying or not. So only you decide to implement it into your life or not. We can't do it instead of you. We will not go on a date instead of you communicating with a lady and doing everything. So you have to enjoy the process by doing it another way, not like you did it before. This guy, he didn't want it. He, like you're absolutely right, he was coming with this idea to show us that he was right from the beginning and he is not attracted to the ladies in their 40s. But
wasting lots of time of other people. These women, our team, his time, because time is so valuable. Now he's, I think, pushing 60s, and like, he has ruined his chance to actually date a much younger woman in her 40s, because now he won't be able to get that. But again, you were talking about people who pay for the matchmaking service, and they kind of expect you to do a lot of things instead of them. And yes, we save our clients lots of money and time, because we get you the dates. You don't have to like get 100 of Tinder dates, take everybody out on coffee, invest hours into talking to people who don't even look like their pictures. And after like 1 year of active Tinder dating, when you're burned out, you finally meet a woman who matches your criteria, like your age group, level of education, desire to have kids, desire to have family, like for example, values, attitude to money, religion, politics, etc. So we can do it for you in several weeks. So after several weeks, we will come up with the first match. But I can think right now of 2 people, one Ukrainian man and one foreigner, who have hired us, and then they don't feel like they need to invest time, in a sense that you find him a match and you're like send him emails, text him that, hey, let's call him Max. Max, we have found your match, and she's like, everything that you want and you need, and we are very excited about you meeting this lady. Silence. 1 week of silence, 2 weeks of silence. Then, because Katerina is persistent, he texts you something like, I'm really busy with this project, I will get back to you. 3 weeks later, when he finally texts you like, oh, I have checked Anna's profile, Anna is no longer single. She has met someone at her brother's party. Well, she has decided not to wait, because like several weeks, like, guys, you forget that not only you choose, ladies are choosing too. Of course, after she has talked to our psychologist, to myself, to one of the managers, she feels excited to meet Max. But then, like the next day, 2 days after, like she texts and calls us, and we tell that no, Max be busy. He hasn't returned our email yet. Because what do we need to say? Like, we can't reach our client. He has disappeared. There is like radio silence. Of course, she loses interest.
Of course, and first of all, you look not serious in her eyes, because if you would looking for someone seriously, you want to build a relationship, then in the eyes of another person, you are ready to invest time and emotions into it. If you are choosing something that is more important for you at this moment of your life, then maybe you're not so interested to build something. If you're not ready to invest your time and effort into building, into even getting to know another person. You are not introduced to each other yet, but you can't find time even to text your hello and to start any conversation. So of course,
Katerina, or after they have met, or for example, had a Zoom call again, our so-called Max disappears for 3 weeks or 4 weeks. Because he is busy to text her, and then he texts her, and he texted us that, oh, I have texted Anna and she hasn't replied my message, or she has blocked me. You have texted her like 4 weeks after your date, 4 weeks after you had a Zoom date. What did you expect?
Yes, unfortunately, sometimes people, they think that another person will be waiting for any time you need. So you will contact her 2 months later, and she's still sitting and waiting for your message. So it doesn't happen like
the moment you have just you just pick up from the moment you have stopped talking, like 4 weeks ago. She is still in the same dress and still waiting for you patiently. I don't understand it, Katerina.
Yes, I don't understand it too. Especially, I don't understand when sometimes guys, after this situation, they are asking us, why are you introducing me to a lady that is not interested? So really, she's not interested. You replied her message in 2 weeks, just message. So how long does it take to reply a message? 10 seconds. 10 seconds, let's be honest. It doesn't... you don't need to invest a lot of time to reply somebody's message if you really want it and you need it to do. So, of course, and all people understand that. Not only you are a smart person, all people understand that. Even if you text her, I'm sorry, I'm so busy now, I will reply you tomorrow. It will take you 10 seconds. You just need to you just have to want doing it. You just need to think about another person's emotions and feelings. So of course Yeah, it's a very common problem when people they hire the team of professionals. They think that they already, the moment when we sign the agreement and start the matchmaking process, they think that everything else will be done instead of them. So they don't need to invest anything into this process anymore. They have already invested money and their trust. Of course, we really appreciate it when you trust us and when you start the matchmaking process with us, but also they forget about time, because time is very important. If you have already put the relationship as a priority in your life, then you have to continue the strategy, because really, if you want to be successful in it, you need to put it as a priority. So you need to invest time into communication with matchmaker. When you have this coaching sessions, they are not accidentally included into the service packages because you really need them. And for example, it's just an example of today. We have a client, we're working already with him. We are offering him to schedule the call because we need to talk with him about how his communication is going with the lady, but he is not replying to it for several days already. So we have offered him to schedule the consultation for today, and still I didn't get his message in return. So we can't schedule it. He didn't approve it. So it's absolutely in his interests. It's what he needs first of all. So we are asking him to do what he really needs. But he doesn't even reply. Of course, we understand the job, everything. It's important too. We are not telling you that concentrate only on relationship, on communication.
Katerina, but everybody is busy. None of the ladies we introduce our clients to are jobless. So she can find 5 minutes to send you a text and to attach a picture. At least you can, after you have opened this message, you can complement the photo. And like you have mentioned, you can tell that, oh, I can't really answer all your questions now, but I will do it in the evening, or I will do it tomorrow. It's like, it always drives me insane when you do this terrific job. You find this match, you introduce a client to a match. So now somebody will tell us that, oh, maybe he's not just excited about that woman, and if he was excited about this woman, he would find the time. He would have find the time. But he's not excited about anyone. He's not excited about his matchmaker's text message. He's not returning it. Like, I get it. Life is busy, but it is busy for everyone. We still find time for things that are important to us. We find time to scroll through Instagram, to have coffee, to go to gym, to sleep, to take a shower. So we find time for things that matters. And why we are talking about time investments, because it will be crucially important to invest time into the process. If you are not ready to do it, we can't date instead of you.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and it happens with all clients, with international clients, with our local clients. So
all the time.
So all the time when he started, and again, we are every time when we start the matchmaking process, we discuss it. So it will need your time investments. So it's true that matchmaking process, we can't do it instead of you. So it won't be the situation when we are sending you the link and say that we have already built relationship with this lady. So now you
Just
can
download it to your computer, your relationship.
Yeah, so it doesn't happen that. Of course, you need why you are investing. You have to think first of all if it is rational for you or not. You're investing money already, so do I have time enough to invest into it too? Because it doesn't work from one side. You have to invest everything. Or, for example, when the guy is starting the matchmaking process, and then he understands that he's in the wrong mindset. So he thought that he's ready to build a relationship, but when the process is starting, so it is better. We are always on our client sides. It is better to take a break, to tell us, give me please 3 weeks. I need to finish something, a job, or just in my head. I need to just to to come into the right condition to work and to communicate with people. So it is better to tell us honestly, so I need a break, give me please this break, and then I will be fine.
Before we start the search, but once you are already communicating with the lady, you're 3 dates into your communication, you can't put it on hold. You can't tell that, oh, I need 3 weeks to finish this. No, it doesn't work this way, because it will look super strange and you will look like someone who's super not serious. Like, you know, we all have our lives and things happen. And again, the question is, are you like keeping it under control? Are you managing everything that is happening in your life? Or do you just press like pause button, whatever you believe that I'm done talking with this person? It's so strange.
If you remember the
yeah.
comedy, when the guy, he was putting his life on hold, and he was remoting it, and in the end he was ended up when he already lost his family. He had absolutely ruined life and everything. So nobody is doing it instead of you. Only you can build good quality communication and relationship with the person whom you are choosing. So
I wanted to give one more example in this video. When a gentleman, for example, hires us, and we discussed with him that it is really important to get to know people better, because it's not about quantity of people, it's about quality. And we are already picking on your behalf and we pre-select a match for you. Like, for example, sometimes it is one lady out of 30 candidates who match all the hard criteria, so-called soft criteria, but we pre-select her together with our psychologist, and you have to invest time to get to know her better. And our client, what he does, he tries to, I don't know, to maybe trick himself, trick his luck, trick life. Like, he tells that, oh yes, I'm talking to Tatiana, but I have met 5 other women on Tinder, 5 other women on Facebook, 10 other women on this dating platform, and I'm talking to all of them at the same time. And of course, Tatiana, the lady we have introduced him to, she feels that he is distracted. He repeats the questions. He is not attentive. Like, for example, they had a date, and on the second date, he's asking her the same questions. And as a smart woman, she tells us that, you know what, I have a feeling that he's talking to multiple women at the same time. So I don't want to be someone not just plan B, plan C, or plan D. Like, I'm out. And when you confront this man and ask him, like, why are you doing it? Like, you have been on Tinder. You said that you were tired of running in circles and talking to 20 women, because out of these 20 messages you have sent, like in the strategy, like spray and pray, only maybe 2 people will go out with you on a date. This is why you have hired us. Why do you keep doing the same old thing? Oh, well, I want to have more options. It drives me nuts.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you that I also don't understand it. If you, first of all, even if we are talking about our normal life, how is it easy to communicate with several people at the same time? For example, when you keep your phone and at the same time, several of your friends are texting you. So with 2, 3, you can keep this casual communication, but more, you already forget whom you're talking about with now. So what topic is discussed? So you start to lose this, you're not on the same page with any of those people. You're forgetting really what questions you have already asked. What answers you got. So it's true, when you communicate with several people, especially new people whom you're trying to get to know better, then of course the quantity, the number of those people, it really matters, because we are coming back to investing your time, your emotions, and your thoughts into communication. So just communication for itself, it doesn't mean anything, because in the end you want to build good quality communication that will grow into relationship, into something serious. But just talking, maybe, of course, maybe it influences your ego that I'm talking to 6 or to 7 ladies at the same time. I'm macho. But really, is it a good quality communication? Do you really get anything useful from that? Then, of course, the answer is no, because
I don't think he even enjoys it, because Katerina, look here, like you have mentioned, when you have this 6 communication, like with 6 women, and you try to flirt, you try to enjoy, how can you enjoy it? Because it's meaningless.
Of course, you don't have even opportunity to enjoy it, because every minute you need to answer someone. So you don't have even time to think about, wow, I like what she's telling, that of course our thoughts, they align. So we have something in common. Her thoughts are so similar to mine. You don't have time to think.
You lose this chance to anticipate her message, which is really important because it builds romantic tension. So some people, as you can see from our discussion with Katerina, they pay the matchmaker, they hire the matchmaker, but they still refuse to listen, and they don't want to get the value out from the service they have paid for different reasons. Sometimes people sabotage matchmaking process because I believe deep down they don't want a relationship. And this is why they can't find the time. They think of the excuse. Something always comes up. And for them, in a way, matchmaking, having a matchmaker, it's like this proves to himself, to his parents, that I'm doing something. See, I have even hired a matchmaker. And even the matchmaker can't help me. So it's not me not wanting to date. It's like the dating market, the women, evil stars, whatever. So I believe this is the reason. And sometimes people are just stubborn and they believe that they know it all.
Mm-hmm. And
If
they
you
want
have
to.
been single for a prolonged period of time, there is always a reason why you're single. We can help you see that reason. We can help you adjust your dating strategy accordingly, but only if you are ready to change. Because this attitude that don't try to change me, love will find me the way I am, well, it didn't.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and of course, if you want to hire a matchmaker just to get another provement that dating is not for you, that it doesn't work for you, then it is better not to do it. So, if you want to get the provement on something you really believe in, you will get it. So you will not invest your time, your effort, and of course, the process won't be successful for you. Of course, if you need this provement, you will get it. Don't hire the team of professionals just to prove your friends, your family that you see it doesn't work. It's a very bad reason to hire a matchmaker. You should get this professional help if you really want to change something in your life, if you're really ready to hear to recommendations of professionals, if you're ready to change your behavior, maybe your dating strategy, if you're ready to hear an honest
Your
feedback.
attitude, very often your attitude.
Yes, if you're ready to hear an honest feedback why it didn't work, why it doesn't work now, when you're already working with a team of professionals. So if you are open-minded enough to accept all this, then of course, hiring a matchmaker is a great opportunity for you to change something, to see your situation from another angle, to understand what you did wrong and what you should change to do it right. So it's true that in our practice, we had cases then, for example, we start to work with a guy. We have this coaching part of our matchmaking process. We start introducing him. We give him the necessary recommendations of how to behave with ladies, how to build this good quality communication. So we do it. And after that, this guy is meeting someone not with our help. So he is meeting someone locally, but that moment, he already knows how to behave, how to flirt, how to communicate, how to invest time in that relationship. So he already
What to
feels
expect on the first date, on the second date, the structure of the first date, the structure of the second date.
yes.
All
So
the important things.
he has already this necessary experience to build something really a quality. So he does it, and really after that he feels that it happened with the help of the matchmaking process that he has at the same time. So
Katerina, even ladies who have this complimentary consultation with our psychologist when they join our database, it's free. It's a free complimentary. It's a free consultation, like 30 minutes consultation for all our database members. When they talk about the man they would like to meet, their current dating strategies. It has happened so many times. And for example, this week, a lady has filled in all the forms, questionnaires. She did the interview with the manager, with our psychologist Alessia, and we call her in 2 weeks or in 3 weeks to, for example, interview her for our client. And she tells it, thank you so much, but I have met someone on Tinder or I have met someone offline. Because after talking to your psychologist, I have realized that there is this nice guy has been actually flirting with me, and I was not like paying much attention to it, and I have decided to actually give it a try. Or you know what, I have changed like my criteria, and instead of looking only for like younger men or men only my age, I have decided to look at other age groups. So for example, to look at single fathers too, and I have met a nice guy. So we can help you look at your dating situation from different angles, in different lighting, and see maybe the faults or maybe like some shortcomings, but you haven't noticed before.
mm-hmm. So all the opportunities, they can be hidden, and you don't think about them all. But every way you can find an opportunity when you really want it. You just need to be open-minded and to accept all the experience that comes into your life, all good experience, of course, that comes into your mind and to your life. And matchmaking process is an opportunity. First of all, you have to accept it as an opportunity to change something, to change yourself, your attitude, your dating process, your communication with people. So it change you too. It will not only give you the necessary introductions or the dates that you wanted to get, but it also will change you in a good way. So you will find out something about yourself that you didn't know before, and you really got this professional help. It's not accidentally. So but you need to accept this, and you need to understand the value of the process that you get, that you buy. If you invest in money into it, then be ready to invest also time, emotions, and everything into it, because otherwise
Be ready to listen. Because Katerina, how many times, for example, when we are getting feedback after the date and giving feedback, a person starts like our session, he or she starts describing in vast details what, for example, his date or her date did wrong. Like he did this, he did that, she said this, she said that. But okay, like I listen to all of this, of course, carefully to all this critique, but are you ready for the feedback? Do you want to actually hear what she had to say about you? How your date felt on a date with you? What she told me about her experience with you? And do you want to hear my professional experience, like after talking to your date and now talking to you? No, I don't need that feedback because she was not attentive, she was this, she was that. He doesn't want to listen to the feedback. He believes he doesn't need this feedback, but he actually needs it like really badly because, well, don't you even feel curious to find out what the lady had to say after the date with you? How she felt?
To be honest, in my opinion, good quality feedback is something that we all miss in our life. If we had that third party that after some life situations,
Professional third party. Not
professional,
just, I'm not telling you that you have to listen to the feedback. For example, if a woman has ghosted you after the date and now you text her and back her like, please tell me, why have you decided to ghost me? No, that's not that scenario. You have a professional matchmaker, a professional psychologist who have talked to you, talked to your date, who has seen it happening so many times before. For example, sometimes when 3 ladies in a row give us the same feedback, because also we understand that sometimes, okay, sometimes people just brought the wrong mood on the date, and it is not her fault or his fault. Well, the mood was wrong, like the vibe was off. But when you have like 3 women in a row who give you precisely the same feedback, they say in precisely the same words what this man told them, and in which context he has said it, and for example, what was his attitude to his words, and you hear it from 3 different people, of course you see the pattern. And your client said that, no, I don't want to hear the pattern. All the women are to blame, and I'm super dateable. I'm a catch.
Yeah, so like I said, a good quality, honest feedback is something that we all miss in our life. So if you get, it's one of the huge bonuses that you get with the matchmaking process when you start it, that you can get a good quality feedback of what you're doing right, of what you're doing wrong, and it gives you an opportunity to change something, because sometimes to build anything that we want in our life, we just need to change a small detail, but we can't find it ourselves. We can't find what we are doing wrong exactly. So we have this feeling that something is going wrong, but unfortunately, we are already involved into this situation, and we look at it only from inside. We can't get this this honest opinion what is going wrong. So we truly need this feedback from the professional third party, what is going wrong and what I can change. Sometimes people, they have to change something in their behavior, and after that, this communication, it will go smoothly, it will work. So this good quality feedback is a huge, in my opinion, it's a huge bonuses that you get when you buy a matchmaking process, when you hire the matchmaking team.
By the way, if you want to find out more if matchmaking is something you should consider, especially international matchmaking, you can request the complimentary consultation with a matchmaker. You can fill in the form by pressing the link below this video. If you have any questions, you can address them to Katerina@Diolli.com, Svetlana@Diolli.com. And of course, please subscribe to our channel, especially if you have managed to watch this video till the very end. Share your thoughts in the comments below if, for example, you were the person who has neglected quality feedback, or if you have used matchmaking service, you have hired matchmaker, and you regret, for example, not listening to all the tips and or advice, or vice versa. For example, you were so happy that you have hired a matchmaker and you have actually implemented all the tips and advice and how your dating life has changed. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. You can support our channel by becoming a sponsor, and you will also get access to additional videos that are hidden especially for Diolli.com friends, Diolli.com family, and Diolli.com lovers. Katerina, I thank you so much for this interesting discussion. Please also share in the comments below if you like this format of Katerina and myself talking about matchmaking, because we can do it for hours. It's something we are very, very passionate about. Thank you so much for the interviews. Thank you so much for watching this video until the very end. We would like to wish you lots of love, and we will see you in the next one.
Goodbye.